Welcome to Lymphoma blog number 6, 2020. I'm in my gardening clothes. It's a beautiful Saturday, so I've been outside. Um, I've been just making you aware about lymphoma, blood cancers, those things that are incredibly hard to diagnose, but I have a type that's incurable but highly treatable, as I said. And the bit that I had that wasn't quite like that was fortunately treated very well, and I responded very well to the chemotherapy and to the cocktail of drugs that they gave me at the time, particularly to a drug at the time called rituximab. There are now son of rituximab and other ones as well. And the reason why those drugs are so successful is prior to their invention and testing and being able to be used, when they didn't exist, the blood cancers were one of the hardest cancers to treat. But these particular drugs they become a target indicator, so they make the therapy very targeted, and it goes straight to the B cells. It's like the B cells wave a little flag saying, hello, here I am, in go the drugs, sorted. And in my case that did work incredibly well. So then this year, obviously, I've been talking about how this has impacted on me to do with COVID and lockdown and all those types of things. And I was talking yesterday about taking some calculated risks. Some of those probably very similar to other people, I suppose. It's difficult because technically, when I went to see Chris, my oncologist, he wasn't really happy about me going on bike rides at that time. But he's a sensible guy, and we kind of discussed it, and the fact I live rurally and the fact that I'm very unlikely to bump into people. He said as long as nobody touched my bike, um, which is a euphemism for nobody touching my bike, then he thought that should be okay. So every weekday morning and sometimes on weekends I go out very early, just actually mostly because there's less traffic around. And I do about a 5.5, 6 mile circuit that I have, and it has been really, really good in terms of my mental health, just getting out of the house a bit. And if I see walkers, I give them a very big berth, and the same with cyclists. I try and still steer well clear of other people for their safety and for mine. But one of the things that's important with these types of cancers is that the healthier you are, the more able you are to fight any infection, anything that affects your immune system. So that's why I have a vested interest. And prior to lockdown, I was a swimming kind of a woman. I used to like and go and do my 40 lengths in the pool 3 times a week. And that doesn't feel like a safe thing to do currently. So the bike does. And, 5 days a week of doing that feels fantastic, and a few other bits and pieces as well, and some gentle gardening today. And then I've seen my sister and brother-in-law twice now. They came over and we had quite a distanced sort of meeting with them at one end of the living room and us at the other, because the weather wasn't nice enough to be outside. And then we've been over to their house for dinner once. Slightly less distance between us, I would say, but very nice. And those are, again, calculated risks. And a little jaunt into the Lake District to go to a very nice restaurant and stay overnight in a hotel. The hotel felt particularly safe. The restaurant, not quite as much distance as I would have liked. However, it's several weeks ago and I am, again, fine. So one of the things I was thinking about in relation to these blogs is that it feels frustrating to look and feel as healthy as I do, but to be deemed vulnerable, because when the lockdown was first happening, I would have been the sort of person who was manning the tanks and delivering food parcels to people locked into their homes or whatever, whereas actually I have to be on the receiving end of that, and very grateful I am too for people who've helped out, but I would far rather be the one driving the ambulances, let's put it that way. So I'll sign off for this one, and I will send another last one, lymphoma awareness, tomorrow, and then I'll see you around this time in September next year. Obviously see you on Facebook, but apart from that, I won't be talking exclusively about living with cancer. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.